Okay, so this is going to be the updated version of G.I. Joe Classified Series Doc, the official figure, because we also have a Kitbash version in this channel, which we're going to pair with this guy. Okay, so first let's identify original parts. So basic body is going to come from Doc, so that's going to be 100%. This is an original Doc accessory, so with the thigh mounted accessories, the belt, but with the addition of added accessories on the vest. So those are non-G.I. Joe Classified Series Doc accessories or vest attachments. Okay, so this comes from G.I. Joe Classified Series Outback. This comes from a NECA Terminator action figure, and we're going to discuss the POU or the philosophy of use later on. And instead of a taser, we gave Doc a sidearm. So that's a 9mm pistol. So from G.I. Joe, from Action Force Valaverse. Okay, so let's start with the POU or philosophy of use. And yeah, I failed to mention these attachments. These are just from my accessories bin. So I think this is from Flint. These two pouches are from Duke. This is from an Apex Legends action figure, and that is from an Action Force Valaverse action figure or vest. Okay, so we just added it in to make the action figure more mission reliable. Okay, so as mission dictates gear as a combat medic, so this is how a sensible equipment is to be set up. Okay, well, the inclusion of a stretcher, that's a good item. So pick the stretcher that you want to include, a heavier stretcher like this, or a man-portable foldable stretcher wherein you could just hang it on your backpack or on your vest, and it almost does not weigh anything, unlike this monstrosity. That's a very heavy stretcher, so it's better off as a handheld device instead of a backpack. So yeah, how do I know? Well, I've carried this thing so way back home. Yep. Okay, so experience as a licensed medical professional, an RN. Okay, so what's the use of having a grenade launcher? So this actually, that is the replacement of this. So instead of having a single fire flare gun, why have something that has multiple rounds on it? So either to signal for a evacuation or a helicopter evacuation, or to pop smoke so you could evacuate your patient. Okay, so this holds about 6 rounds or 5 rounds, depends on the type of launcher and how bulky it is. So from my action figure slot, I chose the smallest one, so this could possibly hold smoke grenades or non-lethal options like a rubber tipped grenade. Okay, so that's it. So very simple, and we have a sling on that, so you could pop smoke grenades and extract your patient from the battlefield, so you won't be exposed to the line of fire, so confuse your enemy. Okay, so we got rid of 2 items already. Philosophy of use. Now as to the sidearm, well, combat medic. So in reality, well, there's a film out there depicting a World War II hero. Well, that's good, but majority of combat medics really carry firearms nowadays. So especially the doctors and nurses that I had interaction with, I mean back home. So we generally would carry pistols, either a 45 ACP Colt 1911, and the government changed it to a 9mm pistol, so Glock 17. Okay, so or you could even bring your own personal firearm. You just have it registered with the armed forces, so they know that you're carrying your own personal thing. Okay, so setup on the vest. Actually, if you can't lay out your life-saving load, actually this packback, so something like this is more than enough to carry all of your medical devices. So I picked something that could possibly be folded into, so something of this nature, wherein a backpack, once you open it, it's going to open this way, and there's going to be multiple pockets wherein you're just going to pick up the items that you need to treat your patients. So somehow this foots the bill, because we have a very big separation on this section, and we still have pouches wherein if you can't open the main bag, your body could reach out for items already on the back. So that's the at the same time, if you can't extract your patient, you have to fight your way through to your patient, then that's going to be case. One is going to lay suppressing fire, while one is going to treat the patient first, so you could pull him or her to a safe location or safety, wherein you have a barricade wherein you could set up your stuff and put him to a stretcher and call for med evac. Okay, so we already got rid of those 3 items. And on the front, okay, so for example, you're still fighting your way through, and you fought your way through the battlefield. Instead of opening your bag, you could immediately reach out for items that are already on your vest. So this is not a fighting load, but it is a life-saving load. So as a combat medic, you'd be only treating 3 items. It's going to be airway, circulation, and you're going to treat bleeding. So ABC, airway breath. Actually, it's an acronym that nurses use: airway, breathing, circulation. So the 3 main aspects that you have to stabilize the patient, so you could bring him to a bigger facility. So these 2 pouches could hold on to, possibly that big a pouch could hold on to cut tourniquets. So you could possibly carry 4 of this on these 2 pouches, so 2 per pouch. Of course, you would need a knife. Well, you won't really know when you're going to need one until you're already in the field and you need one really up close and personal. Okay, so the other item that this front vest should also include is going to be scissors. A good pair of scissors that you could cut your way through clothing or clothing material, even straps of vests. Okay, so that's the one item, but it's already good that we already have a flashlight and a pen. A pen, that's to mark your tourniquet when you applied it, because you don't want to lose that arm or that leg if this tourniquet stays long on the patient. So the medical facility where you're going to bring the patient is going to know what time you administered one of this. So aside from tourniquets, you need to have chest seals. So in this section, you could carry a pair of chest seals or even two. So it's a pair because one is going to be placed on the front, the other is going to be placed on the back entry and exit. Okay, so, and you could also carry an IV solution with the line already attached or taped to the bag, so for easy administration. Okay, so on this side you could possibly store an endotracheal tube to make the patient's airway patent. So it's going to look like this. So it's just going to be a small device that you could keep at the front of your vest to make the patient's airway patent. So for example, has been shot in this area, so you need to sometimes administer one of these, and it's a very easy thing to put on once you are trained, of course. So on this section, you could keep either eye covers. For example, a patient has a obstruction on the eye, something penetrated the eye, and just don't pull it out, you cover it with something. So eye covers, you could carry them one or a pair on one side, and on the side and on this side you could carry hemolytic agents or clotting agents. So you put it on top of the wound and cover it with a bandage, so possibly an Israeli bandage like this. So actually the items that I'm showing you guys are that comes from my personal med kit. So those are some of the items that I carry on my person, or sometimes in the trunk of my vehicle. Okay, so in this section there's where you carry a lot of your combat dressing. So there are combat dressings wherein the clotting agents are already embedded onto the dressing, so you don't need to apply gauze and pour clotting factors or agents that's going to stop the bleeding before you wrap it up. Sometimes it's already embedded in one of this. Okay, so you could carry several on your belt. So that's the immediate items that you could on a emergency situation. Once you know where each item is placed, you could immediately extract them from your vest. On this side you could carry, for example, a patient goes on cardiac arrest, so you could carry a mini AED or a defibrillator. That's it. So mini defibrillator, actually it's a very small portable system, and the nodes are already attached to the carrying system. Okay, and okay, so as a combat medic or a field RN or a field doctor, always separate the items that are used for other people or are going to be used for your team or possibly civilians. Always carry some stuff that's going to save your life. So ABCs, once again, airway, breathing, circulation. So you carry your own for your own personal stuff. If you get, you're the one who's wounded in the field, so carry your own chest seals, sets of tourniquets, a endotracheal tube, and other personal stuff, and possibly if you are on medication. So let's just imagine that these are the use of those pill bottles. So the stuff that you are carrying on the bag or on the front of your vest is reserved for your team. So that's going to be the very simple explanation as to this loadout for G.I. Joe Classified Series Dog. A loadout that makes sense, a loadout that is mission ready. So if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.